It's been obviously fantastic, and she's been a little joy of heaven. But
Look, there's no doubt that Princess Charlotte is quickly becoming a huge fan favourite, and not just among the royals. From her earliest days, we've watched her grow up right before our very eyes, and her admirers just can't help but feel incredibly proud. Now she is entering a completely new phase, stepping into the future role of Princess Royal, with guidance from her mother, Princess Catherine, and the no-nonsense Princess Anne. Charlotte is in excellent hands. But so many people can't help but wonder how little Charlotte handles this very important role. Join us as we explore all the details of her fitting into the role of Princess Royal perfectly. Being the Princess Royal is about much more than fancy clothes and smiling at cameras. It is a serious job, and even though she's still so young, Princess Charlotte seems to be stepping into that role with amazing confidence and grace. She has some incredible examples to look up to. Her great-aunt, Princess Anne, has held the Princess Royal title for years and is known for her hard work, spending decades redefining what duty looks like. And her mum, Princess Catherine, has come a long way herself, and with these two powerhouse women guiding her, Charlotte is well supported. Charlotte's future as a royal icon in the making seems almost inevitable, but what does that really look like, and how is she handling it all? Stay with us to find out. When Kate first joined the royal family, she found it hard to settle into the role and often struggled with speaking in public. But now she's helping Charlotte avoid those same challenges by teaching her to handle the spotlight from a young age. And believe me, it is already showing. Princess Charlotte has started attending more official public events and seems to have a clear understanding of how she's expected to act. She always looks polished, confident, and in control. People have noticed how she often keeps her younger brother Prince Louis in check during public outings, and sometimes even gives polite instructions to her older brother, Prince George. It is clear she takes her royal role seriously, even as she's still growing into it. A perfect example of this is Trooping the Colour. During the annual royal event, Charlotte, Louis and George joined their mother Kate on the famous Buckingham Palace balcony after a carriage ride through London. As the parade went on, the band began to play, and Louis couldn't help but dance along. He was having the time of his life. But Charlotte, trying to stay focused and proper, was not impressed. According to lip reader Nicola Hickling, Charlotte told Louis, "You have to stop doing that. Watch the parade." Louis, being his cheeky self, simply replied, "I won't." Charlotte pushed back with, "Do as you're told," and Louis shot back with a firm, "Nope." Not long after, Louis was seen yawning as he watched the parade from inside the Duke of Wellington's former office. With his hands behind his back, he tilted his head up and let out a big yawn. Meanwhile, his sister, Princess Charlotte, politely stood right next to him, carefully watching the event unfold. But Louis wasn't ready to give in to sleep just yet. He danced his way through the show, bringing some fun to the formal day. It was a tiny moment, but it really showed a lot. Even when things get a little chaotic, Charlotte keeps her cool. She's learning to balance being a big sister and a future royal leader, all while still being a kid herself. Trooping the Colour isn't just a royal event, it is also a massive social moment. Around 8,000 people filled the stands overlooking the parade ground, including the parents, spouses and partners of the guardsmen and officers. Over 1,250 soldiers were part of the ceremony, with hundreds of guardsmen lined up waiting to be inspected by the king, who arrived in a carriage alongside Queen Camilla, the colonel of the Grenadier Guards. They were also joined by the mounted royal colonels. While Louis brought his usual energy, Charlotte showed she was growing more confident with each event. At just 9 years old, she's handling the huge pressure of royal life with calm and class. And the thing is, she isn't doing it alone. Her great-aunt, Princess Anne, is reportedly guiding her and showing her the royal ropes. Known for her strong work ethic and loyalty to King Charles, Princess Anne is the perfect person to help Charlotte learn how to carry herself. Charlotte was also seen recently attending Wimbledon with her mother. It was Kate Middleton's first public appearance at the tournament after her cancer diagnosis and treatment. But despite everything going on, Charlotte remained calm and focused. She watched the matches, closely spoke to guests and players, and even gave off a confident, almost daring look with strong eye contact and a proud posture. Considering everything her family has been going through lately, Charlotte's grace was truly impressive. And it isn't just the public that sees Charlotte's growth. Royal expert Charles Ray once described her as a feisty little girl who knows how to be sweet but also knows how to stand her ground. At nursery school she was even called the warrior princess. Ray explained she is all sweet and nice and everything else, but she can tell them off if she wants to. Charlotte's wave has also matured. In her first Trooping the Colour, back in 2022, she gave a playful, childlike wave and still managed to stop Louis from flailing his arms around too much. But in 2024, she waved like a true royal. Her fingers were spaced evenly, her hands steady, and her movements were small and elegant. She looked every bit like a young ambassador for the British monarchy. While Charlotte is settling in just fine to her role, her mother had some difficulties at first. Behind the scenes, it's been said that Kate Middleton did not have the easiest time adjusting to the demands of royal life at first. One of the things she reportedly struggled with was learning how to move from one conversation to another without seeming rude. It might sound like a small thing, but in the world of the royals, little details like that matter a lot. Thankfully, Princess Anne stepped in to help her and taught Kate not just how to start conversations, but how to end them politely and move on. It took Kate a while to get the hang of it, but now she is passing that wisdom on to her daughter, Princess Charlotte. As one royal insider put it, Anne's training isn't just about curtsies or walking in line. She's shown Charlotte how to talk to people, how to stay in control of a room and handle tricky social moments without making anyone feel bad. And the truth is, Charlotte is a natural. She was born into this world, so she already understands the unspoken signals and the quiet confidence that comes with being a royal. Prince William and Kate are reportedly thrilled that Princess Anne is stepping in to help guide Charlotte. Anne was a huge support for Kate during those early unsure years, especially since Kate wasn't born into royalty. An insider says she's giving Charlotte the exact same honest, tough love she once gave Kate. Meanwhile, Princess Anne just made her own return to public life after a riding accident left her with a concussion and a trip to the hospital. But true to her hard-working nature, she recovered quickly and was seen at the Paris Olympics, where she was meeting with athletes from Team Great Britain, including the Olympic swimmer Adam Pay, and even presented some medals. A body language expert commented on her appearance, saying she looked both excited and empowered. They noted how incredibly confident she seemed, even at such a major public event. According to this expert, Anne is not easily flustered by the spotlight and possesses that same calm strength many recall in her late mother, Queen Elizabeth. They said she's known for being a steady, sensible voice in the family, but she also isn't afraid to let her fun and natural side show through. With Anne's guidance, Kate's support, and Charlotte's own confidence growing, the young princess is definitely on the right track. She's learning from the very best and making it all seem effortless. So, what is the Princess Royal title? The title of Princess Royal is one of the highest honours for a woman within the British royal family. It's a title packed with tradition and deep significance reserved only for someone truly exceptional. Ever since this title was first created back in the 17th century, the women who have held this highly respected royal title have earned a rare and distinguished place in the history of England's royal women and in the hearts of the people. The very first English Princess Royal was Princess Mary, daughter of King Charles I, who reigned in the 1600s. The title was created as an English version of France's Madame Royale, which was a title used to set the eldest daughter of the French king apart from other princesses in the royal court. Following this tradition, the women who have been given the Princess Royal title have usually been the most senior females in the royal family, sometimes second only to the Queen herself. Over the centuries, it's become a strong custom for this title to be given to the eldest daughter of the British monarch. Today, the person holding the title of English Princess Royal is Princess Anne, daughter of the late Queen Elizabeth II. Princess Anne is the second-born child of Queen Elizabeth II, and because of this, she is not directly in line to the throne. Her older brother, King Charles, inherited the crown in 2022, and his son, Prince William, is now the heir. But despite not being in the line of succession, Anne has a vital and highly respected role within the royal family. It's important to know the title of Princess Royal is a lifelong honour. Once it is granted, it stays with that person until their death. The title remains hers regardless of who becomes the next monarch, or if that new king or queen even has an eldest daughter to consider. This means Princess Anne will hold on to the title for the rest of her life, even as the monarchy transitions from one generation to the next. Interestingly, Princess Anne wasn't just given the title when she was born. That's not how it works. She had to wait until 1987, when she was 37 years old, for her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, to officially give her the title. That's because the title of Princess Royal is never automatic. It's given at the discretion of the monarch, and the timing is crucial. Since getting the title, Princess Anne has built an incredibly respected legacy and is widely seen as one of the hardest working royals. She is admired for her dedication, independence, and a straight-talking attitude that has earned her admiration at home and across the globe. She brings a sense of duty, humour, and dignity to the role, making it completely her own. The Princess Royal title is historically meant for the eldest daughter of the monarch. But unlike other titles that are passed down automatically, like certain French titles for the heir apparent, the Princess Royal title must be intentionally given by the reigning monarch. It is an honour, not a birthright, and there's another very important tradition attached to it. The title is held for a lifetime. Even when the monarch dies and a new king or queen comes to the throne, the Princess Royal title does not reset or transfer to someone else. If a new monarch has an eldest daughter, that daughter would not be able to get the title until the current Princess Royal has passed away. The Princess Royal title is also not hereditary. Because of the very specific criteria and special conditions for granting it, the honour is not automatically passed on to any future generations when the current Princess Royal passes away. Selecting the next recipient depends on who is the reigning monarch, whether they have a daughter, and if they ultimately decide to grant the title. Princess Anne, our current Princess Royal, has a daughter, Zara, but it's unlikely she will become the next one. This is simply because her mother is not the monarch. Since Princess Anne is 16th in line to the throne, she will most likely never be queen, and so her daughter won't be eligible for the title of Princess Royal. The next possible person to receive the title would be Princess Charlotte, daughter of Prince William, for when he eventually becomes king. But this could only happen if Princess Anne had already passed away by that point. Currently, King Charles III has no daughters, so nobody else is eligible for the title right now. Historically, the main focus in royal families was almost always on the sons of the monarch, due to the old laws of primogeniture, where the firstborn son was typically the heir. As a result, sons were often considered the most powerful and influential of the royal children. The title of Princess Royal, however, serves to really elevate the eldest daughter, giving her a more prominent place within the royal family and the royal court, and providing a balance to that historical focus on male heirs. In recent years, the British royal family actually changed the rules on male primogeniture, which now allows firstborn daughters to inherit the throne before any younger brothers. This change could mean the Princess Royal title isn't as necessary in the future, as daughters will hold their claim to the throne regardless of younger siblings. There might be less of a need to single out the eldest daughter with this special title if she's already set to automatically become the heir. Still, the deep-rooted history and tradition of the Princess Royal title might lead future monarchs to continue the practice, either by sticking to the current rules or perhaps updating the role with new criteria. The Princess Royals of history are an esteemed and fascinating group, and only time will tell which future female member of the British royal family will join that prestigious tradition. So will Princess Charlotte be the one to carry the torch. Princess Charlotte might be a young royal, but she's reportedly already dreaming of a very different path in her life. While she's first in line to take on the title of Princess Royal when her father Prince William becomes king, Charlotte is showing signs she wants to build a career outside the world of royal duty, despite the royal life awaiting her, including all the public responsibilities that come with that title. Reports suggest Charlotte has her eyes set on something far more personal and grounded. According to one source, she dreams of becoming a nurse inspired by conversations with her father about the vital work of the National Health Service staff. Of course, she's still just a little girl, but Will and Kate are apparently swelling with pride. The source noted Charlotte's naturally nurturing and caring personality, which we often see when she looks out for her brothers at public events. It fits perfectly with her dream job, so Kate and William are not at all surprised by her ambitions. They understand that Charlotte's caring nature could lead her to pursue nursing or perhaps make it one of her biggest causes in the future. And this idea is echoed by royal insiders who have long said that Charlotte is a very independent child who knows exactly what she wants. Kate Middleton especially has voiced a desire for her children to have the freedom to chase careers outside the palace if they want to, hoping to avoid the kind of sidelining linked to the spare role as experienced by Prince Harry. Interestingly, Charlotte isn't the only royal kid to show ambitions beyond the usual royal duties. Back in 2018, her older brother Prince George showed a real fascination with the police. During a reception at Kensington Palace held to celebrate Scotland Yard, William revealed that George was obsessed with police cars and toys. The young prince's dream of joining the police force wasn't a huge surprise, as William himself had similar goals when he was much younger. According to Princess Diana's biographer, William once told his mother, "When I grow up, I want to be a policeman and look after you, Mommy." In a playful retort, Harry teased, "Oh no, you can't. You've got to be king." Meanwhile, Prince Louis also has his own career goals that definitely reflect his family's traditions. During a volunteer day for the Big Help Out in 2023, Louis was really enthusiastic about the activities. But when he was asked if he wanted to be a painter when he grew up, he replied, "No, a fighter pilot." This answer probably doesn't come as a surprise given all the pilots in his family, including his own father, Prince William, who was once a search and rescue pilot with the Royal Air Force, and his grandfather, King Charles, served in both the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. These dreams beyond the palace show that the younger generation of royals, while they respect their heritage, are also keen on creating their own paths and contributing to society in their own ways. Whether or not Charlotte, George or Louis will actually follow through with these dreams remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: they are not just bound by tradition. To truly understand how her royal heritage and upbringing might actually influence the path that she chooses, let's take a closer look at the story of the young royal who might one day redefine what it means to be a modern princess. A little background on Princess Charlotte. Princess Charlotte of Wales was born Charlotte Elizabeth Diana on the 2nd of May 2015 and is a very prominent member of the British royal family. She's the second child and only daughter of William, Prince of Wales, and Catherine, Princess of Wales. She is also the granddaughter of King Charles III and the late Diana, Princess of Wales. As of right now, she stands third in the line of succession to the British throne. Charlotte's arrival was a massive occasion, born at 8:34 British summertime on May 2nd, 2015 at St Mary's Hospital in London. Charlotte arrived during the historic reign of her paternal great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Her birth was marked with gun salutes and the lighting of London landmarks in bright pink. Just a couple of days later, on the 4th of May, her name, Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, was announced honouring her grandfather Charles, her great-grandmother and her late-grandmother Diana. She was christened on the 5th of July by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, at St Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham. In Charlotte's first few years, her family lived at Anmer Hall in Norfolk. However, in 2017 they moved to Kensington Palace. Charlotte then started her early education at Wilcox Nursery School in January of 2018. Then in September 2019, she joined her older brother George at Thomas's school in Battersea, where she was known simply as Charlotte Cambridge. In 2022, the family moved yet again, this time to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor Home Park. There, Charlotte and her brothers George and Louis began attending Lambrook, a prestigious independent prep school in Berkshire, following the death of Queen Elizabeth II on August 31, 2022, Charlotte's grandfather. King Charles III ascended to the throne. As a result, Charlotte moved to third in the line for the throne, after her father and older brother, although Prince William and Catherine. The Princess of Wales have tried to protect their children from too much public attention. Princess Charlotte still gets a huge amount of media attention. Her appearances are often met with a media frenzy, and she has already become a major fashion icon for children. Shopping data and surveys among parents clearly show that Charlotte has a massive influence on children's fashion. According to Brand Finance, it was estimated that Princess Charlotte would bring in more than £3 billion to the British economy over her lifetime. In August 2023, Reader's Digest put her lifetime value to the UK economy at $4.6 billion. Princess Charlotte currently holds the official title of Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Wales. Before her father's title as Prince of Wales was granted on the 9th of September 2022, Charlotte was known as Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Cambridge. As third in line to the throne, Charlotte directly follows her father and her elder brother in the line of succession. And it's all thanks to the Perth Agreement, which created a new rule called absolute primogeniture, which means birth order now matters more than gender. Because of this, Charlotte did not move down the line of succession after the birth of her younger brother Louis in April 2018. This made Charlotte the first British princess in all of history to outrank a brother in the line of succession. So what do you think is in the cards for Princess Charlotte? Will she accept the historic title of Princess Royal, or follow her passion and pursue a career in nursing? We are dying to know what you think in the comments. If you love this story, make sure to like, share and subscribe for even more royal news and updates. And don't go anywhere, because you have to see the next video that's popping up on your screen.